Hello, everybody, and welcome back to... I fucking mistimed it. I'll hit the button eventually. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Outside of my little fuck up there, I have returned with Final Fantasy XIV after fucking a week and a half. God damn it. Work's been a bit of a bitch, to be honest with you. It's been extremely busy. I have been working like so much fucking time. More than what I'm used to. It's nothing like an absurd amount, like I'm still working like 30 to 40 hours a week. The problem is not the amount of hours I've been working that's been really getting in the way of my streams here. But the problem has been the fact that my schedule shifts on a day-to-day basis because people have been either quitting or calling off or whatever. That has really gotten in the way of my ability to have a consistent night at home to sit down and fucking stream, which has been quite disappointing, honestly. I hated the fact that I had to miss both streams last week, but I didn't have much of a choice. Somebody needed to cover the time, and, well, it had to be me. Had to be me. But, I did get a couple things out of it. The massive paycheck that I'm going to get at the end of this week from all those extra hours I worked last week. And, they've given me a bit of a, not a huge promotion, but, just slight. Work in retail is, there's not much room for, going up. But promotion means a bigger paycheck because it means a raise. So we take those. But regardless, I can't be up for super long tonight because I do have work again in the morning. God damn it. But I will definitely be live tonight with this. We're going to move us over to the normal games tab. If you've noticed, we're in the same place where we left. I've been so busy I haven't been able to log in and do anything. But regardless, we'll be live tonight, and as far as I'm aware, we should be good for tomorrow as well, unless my schedule shifts again. But it shouldn't. We should be good on that front. Same with next week. Next week, we'll be back to normal, Tuesday and Wednesday, Final Fantasy 16 and then 14, respectively, hopefully. Given that nothing changes again, but I doubt it should. Everything's sort of stabilized. We've got a couple more people coming in. I know my streaming times have been a bit lacking, but that should fix itself as we move into the winter months because we get less busy. Fingers crossed. But, I have no way to know until we get there. But if you remember where we left off, we are doing the Void Ark, the next Alliance raid. I don't know how long this is, but I don't really have a plan to go. I don't have enough time to complete more than this. So if we complete, I assume, all 3 of this Alliance raid series, then we are going to jump into, we're going to end and sort of jump into Stormblood officially next stream. Fingers crossed. 19-minute wait. That is why I'm not sure if we're going to finish this week, is because I know Alliance raids can take a while to queue for. But in the meantime, we have those Manderville, I think they're called, quests to do that we started. Still not sure what the fuck is up with these yet, but I'm a little, mark me curious, definitely. Also, for the sake of a little bit of clarity, the current stream schedule plan is we are going to continue playing Final Fantasy XIV for as long as it takes me to at least get through all of the main story shit. Final Fantasy XVI will be is our current normal game, and I plan on going to... I've been torn. I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I'm going to stream Metaphor yet. Metaphor ReFantasia, the new Atlas game. Mainly because Persona 3, as much as I loved Persona 3 Reload, it wasn't great. I didn't like streaming it, so I might do that game solo. But almost certainly we will be playing Sonic X Shadow Generations when that comes out. As for after that, I've got no fucking idea. I'll probably do a one-off stream of the Black Ops 6 campaign. Other than that, I don't know. Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me. You'll see. So tell me, what did you learn? I have a curious parchment. Writ upon this map of the Segoli Desert in a flamboyant, flowing hand are the words, "A gentleman is, rather than does." Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Segoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south. And look, something is written here. A gentleman is, rather than does. That sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward to the Segoli. I get the feeling that your dead guy is a zombie, and he's probably the one leading this crew of zombies, if I, have any sense of a brain to contemplate of where this is going. Also, I really hope this alliance raid goes well, because I have no idea any of the mechanics. So I hope either somebody in the game is going to help us out a bit, or, well, we'll just make our way through one way or the other. I know the basics of alliance raiding. I have done many a Crystal Tower run in my, few days that I can get time to actually go and do them. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike. A gentleman is rather than does. Who summons the gentle dead men? They live. They live. And we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. What the fuck? Spare these two fair ladies your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Up in the sky! Look! It's a bird! No, it's an airship! No! It's the inspector! We hear and we obey. Yeah, I'm not sure what you were expecting, buddy. You can't just jump from a height that tall. It is you. It really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand. Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, devourer of brains, undead overlord extraordinaire. What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord. You're a gentleman inspector. Inspector Overlord. Inspector Overlord. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that knot. What the fuck are those? What are those, like, bombs? Fruits? What the fuck are those? Stay your hand, milady. You know not what you do. Oh yeah, those are bombs. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is like to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. See, even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... What the absolute... What? What's with the cartoon? What the fuck? Oh, well. I guess we get to wait. What the fuck is happening? Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Ah, he remembers me. Never mind. We're gonna remember you in a bit. You can bomb him again when I replay that cutscene. What the fuck was even happening? Certainly taking its sweet-ass time to load. The Shadow of Mach, the Void Ark. Complete tonal shift, by the way. Alliance C, huh? This place is pretty good at falling apart. It's not even worth it. take that. I kind of messed up my rotation here. I am just missing all of my things. God, it didn't help. Why did I have to be rusty this week? Thanks for the follow, Kylie. Lena? Yo, fuck. Didn't expect that to come out of there. I'm pretty good. Long couple weeks, but you know. Overall, pretty solid. Not daily. I try to get at least, like, 2 streams in a week other than my, couple, TTRPG games. Yeah, I've marked both of those. I mean, currently, this game, most of the time. I do play a single-player game on my other days, but generally I'm playing this. Alright, what do we got now? I'm a pretty big fan of art. I'm not a great artist myself, but I do enjoy some decent art. No, I can't earn stacks. Why can't I earn stacks? Oh, it's invulnerable to magic. I see. I gotta target the one that's not invulnerable to magic. Oh. I see. Let me into magic. I mean, sure. Discord is in my description, but you know. Oh fuck! I am being murdered. Oh, I am getting murdered by my also possessed friend. Let's pop that. I am seized. Thank God it's dead. Okay, it only took me like full good, like 4 minutes to realize what the mechanics were actually doing, but you know, we get there. Striking and fending gloves, no thanks. I don't need either. Yep. Oh god, what do we got now? Oh joy. Oh, I'm assuming I'm just going to target the one all the BPSs are targeting. I'll go ahead and accept that after I finish up for the evening. No problem. I wouldn't go that far. I am very, very new to this game, even though I've been playing for like 300 hours now. Okay, there's not any more spawning. Oh, yes, there is. Never mind. Portal's still there. Wow, we're not done yet, huh? I honestly expected that to be the last boss here. Ooh, casting robe. Let's go. I gotta get some new equipment for Stormblood when I start that. Snake. A snake spider? That was a waste. I should have used Fire 3. It's fine, it didn't delay me too much. Okay, so snakes need to be spread apart. I see. Okay, was not expecting petrification. Luckily I've got Firestarter active, so I can immediately get all my stats back. God, would you just die already? Gosh, just doesn't end. Nope, we're doing the snakes again. Whew. Goodbye. Touching the void. The squirrel terrifies me. Or chipmunk, whatever the fuck that's meant to be. Oh, the big coffin isn't ominous or anything. Definitely not. Oh, fucking yikes. Killer. Greed. Greed. Pass. Pass. Need. Pass. Did I end up getting the coat of casting? I don't know. But I got the hat. Well, first Void Arc mission wasn't too bad. Didn't die, and that's that's about as best I can hope for. Bugger me. I expected danger, but not a hellspawn bleeding nightmare made flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates, though, did it? That's some crew you've got there, and no mistake. Yeah. You got some gold. Or gil. We'll take it. Right then. Let's have a look inside that dirty great coffer type thing. Summit tells me it's filled to the brim with booty. What gives you the impression that that is filled with treasure? Don't look at me. I never moved a muscle. I mean, a common sense would be nice. What in the seven hells is that bastard doing? Fair. This way, swiftly now. What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you? Can anyone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hells, this adventure's getting queerer by the minute. Still, I'd rather take me chances with the prattling puss than stay here. Get your things, mateys, we're leaving. But what about the loot? Oh my god. Fucking zero sense of self-preservation. What the fuck? You can't spend it when you're dead. We either follow the furball or make friends with that spell-slinging Voidborn. Your choice. God damn it. How's an honest sky pirate meant to make a living? I don't like how it looked like it just removed all of the things keeping that thing shut. I think it's following us. I don't like that fuck all cannon it seems to have on the front of it, or the back of it. Whichever side this looks like the back. Although the claws wouldn't really make sense on the back of a ship, more on the ramming hull of the front. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, definitely not great. The ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? Yeah, probably not. Holy fuck. The Void Scent is attempting to initiate a dimensional displacement, but the gate, it cannot possibly be large enough for the entire ship. The Queen's coffin. He takes it beyond our reach. I mean, that can't be I'd rather have it in the void than wherever the fuck. Than in the ship, in our world. Well, there doesn't seem to be much point in hanging around here. Let's get back to solid ground. Aye, 'twas a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are, and with our bits still attached. This calls for a foamin' flagon of... Hold on, ain't we missing someone? Didn't I tell you Tata to wait for us here? Never fear, we've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leofard, I'm not easily moved, but the sheer power on display sent me all a quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire it from afar. That vessel ain't for the likes of you and me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I believe I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hand of one with the will to use it. Come, lads. Our business here is concluded. I'm sorry, Captain. They caught me off guard. You get a bang on the head or summit? The man I know would never give in to scum like her without a fight. Unless... What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link pearl into its casing, like. So long as Redalia keeps it close, and you can be damn sure she will, we'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take to her notice me little gift? That's very clever and all, but how were you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on that derelict and its big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet, but I expect it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get into any of that, though, I've got some questions what need answering. You wish to know more of the Void Ark? The ghost ship, as you call it? The Void Ark? So that's its proper name. Nah, I'd like to hear whatever you'd care to tell us, Puss. Ah, Kate Sith, I probably should have guessed as much. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, I must insist that you address me by my proper name, Kate Sith. I will not respond to Puss or Cat, and most decidedly not Furball. Why does it have such scrawny limbs? That doesn't look like... Jesus, that doesn't look like a cat so much as it is what I imagine like an alien would like draw with only a facsimile of knowledge what a cat is. My tale begins long, long ago in the city of Mach, where once stood in the lands of Fame? The sorcerers of Mach were masters of destructive magics, and they brought the terrible power to bear against Ampador and Nim in the War of the Magi. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorzea, a catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage Cessair, was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Colossal flood? You're talking about the 6th Umbral Calamity. I suppose you would know it as such. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. When I learned the fate that awaited them, the Mach Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Cessair. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary? Then how did it come to be so, I mean, what happened to all the people? And where did all the void scent come from? By what power do you imagine such massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants sealed within the vessel. Advances in Maquis sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power. And the swiftest and most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So the creatures on the derelict, they broke free from your master's control. At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed a great ruler of the Voidsent, Skathek, the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required, and being Mach's preeminent sorcerer, Cessair was deemed best qualified. Were it otherwise, my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet even with Cessair's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser void scent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. In the end, Cessair and 53 void mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I remember me Umbral eras right, the stuff you just described happened more than 1,500 years past, which is a good while by anyone's measure, and since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat until recently, I'm thinking somewhat usual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day, a void scent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. At first, it was little more than a nuisance that I brushed away, but the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually, I could not contend with its power, and it began shattering seal after seal. You have faced this bat-winged fiend before. It would seem, then, that the creature survived the encounter, and that he intends to celebrate his restoration by liberating his queen. Well, that explains that, except for one small detail, namely, where the queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? You recall the great rift that the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The void scent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, that is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the Queen's coffin ere the wards binding Scathach are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure, and who knows what ancient Maki treasures we might stumble on along the way. Gods know they'll make a nice change from all them elegant tombstones we've been collecting. I will help you. I'm not risking me hide for the sake of the realm, you understand, but I'll be damned if I let either Radlia or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You care only for how you might be inconvenienced? If the Shadow Queen were to return, it would have dire consequences for the entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I said we'd help, didn't I? Before we go rushing off in search of that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. You might as well get back to your usual heroical employment. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. The time is nigh, my dear Talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. Yeah, good luck with that. It's never gonna work out that way. No music? No quest complete music? Oh. Oh, there it is. It was just loading in. Paying the bills. Alright, so what did I get? Just the hat? It probably went into my armory chest, which I haven't gotten a chance to clean out because I haven't been able to log in. I've done the entirety of the Alexander series now, and I'm obviously doing Void Arc. I did get the Void Arc of casting. Oh, that is sick looking. Oh, yeah, that's good. We'll probably glamour that. And the hats. Why is it the brim so wide? What the fuck? I don't know what else. I mean, I still gotta decide what job I'm going through fucking Stormblood with. I don't know. I haven't been able to decide. I've gone back and forth, but still undecided. But regardless, I was late for this. That might help. Yeah, that might help. I'll definitely think on it. I was late for this purpose, but I'm going to be right back. I need to take a quick bathroom break. I really gotta stop drinking these fucking low percentage things that I just fly through. I'll be right back. Let me move us back over. Scholasticate and Tales of Dragon Song. Eh? Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, I'm always game to delay and, experience more of this game. I'm loving it so much. Instead of just getting a couple more of these fucking things that I'm gonna fly through, where is my Glencairn? We'll have an actual glass of something. Where the fuck's my Glencairn? Where did I put it? There it is. It's hiding behind all my fucking things, which are currently blocked by the microphone. A nice glass of scotch. Not a lot. Yeah, a little bit more than that. Can't have too much drink, because I do have work in the morning, but one small glass of scotch isn't going to kill me. Cheers. Whew, that's good. The Weeping City. I was just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. You remember Kate Sith, that Maquis familiar? We've been working with him on a plan to find Diabolos and the Queen's coffin. Okay. Yeah, sure. Are they particularly... Not that it matters, I'll probably do them regardless, but are they, long quest lines, or, relatively short? Or, in between? There's been void scent sightings from pirates all over, so we know that bat-winged bugger is hiding someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. And as for going about pinpointing the location, Leofard and the feline are bickering over just exactly how. That's where you come in. If you have a spare moment or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Both are yellow quest lines. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably do them. I don't have a ton of time tonight. I'm hoping to finish Void Arc tonight, but we'll probably do those next week. Post-Moogle quest chain. Okay. I mean, the more I get to play this game, the better. I still cannot believe I started streaming this game in fucking January, and it's October. And we've made it through A Realm Reborn, and haven't even started Stormblood yet. Thanks for coming. The captain and the cat are inside, still having their discussion. Talk to Leofard, will you, before I strangle them both? Noted. I'll add that to my checklist. If you're here to ask about the Queen's coffin, then you'd best turn around and walk straight out again. This aggravated furball's turned my mood sour as month-old Aldgoat milk. Clinthota? Oh my god. Fucking literally keyboard smash of a name. Leofard, they've come all this way to help us, at your request, I might add. She deserves to hear where we stand on the search, at least. The search has given me ulcers, is what it is. By all reports, Diabolos is lurking somewhere in the heavens, building up his forces, but the sky is a vast dome, as high as the ocean is deep, and we've not the pirates to scour every damn floating rock. That's when I tried my luck with Rodley. You remember her, don't you? Captain of the Talons? Blonde hair? One eye? Stole our bloody compass? Well, I've been eavesdropping, and with that link pearl I slipped into the casing, hoping to catch something useful, but all I've heard from her is her sorry crew is snoring, grumbling, and japes about the Archbishop's holy nethers. In the end, it seems we've no choice but to do this the hard way. But a certain Mulin annoyance refuses to acknowledge the truth of it. You cannot possibly hope to investigate the entire sky with this meager handful of ne'er-do-wells. I find my suggestion to seek aid from your fellow pirate gangs a perfectly reasonable one under the circumstances. Ah, stow it, you mangy alley cat. You've not the faintest idea of how sky pirates operate. Best case scenario, we'd be locked into the deal to hand over any treasure we find, and that's assuming we aren't laughed out of the room to begin with. You cannot assume that every man, woman, and woman shares your base morality. If we but made the attempt, I'm sure we could convince some few of the nobility of our cause. And so it goes round and round. Knowing pirates as I do, I find myself siding with the captain on this. But what of you? Any thoughts on the matter? As much as normally I would agree that more people make searching a vast, endless sky significantly easier, we literally, fucking what's-her-face was going to murder Utata just for the compass, so I don't exactly hold them in high regards that they'll see our morally upstanding, objective here. I can't English either, apparently. See there? Even she agrees with me. We proceed as we have been, and try to cover as much sky as possible. However we tackle things, though, we've got a long road ahead of us. I'll see if I can't think of a better way to shorten it. You might as well head back to your adventures, unless you're willing to lend me your experience in another matter, that is. Utata, our chief engineer, has been mumbling about the Void Ark and cursing under her breath for days. Might be as you can provide some insight into her dilemma. She is conducting her research in the Sea of Clouds, yes? Well, I should rather discuss the properties of the Void Ark than continue with this fruitless debate. I shall see you down there. The Gauntlet. I'd give that look if I saw that thing too, honestly. This thing is fucking horrible. Oh my god. It is the most horrific thing I've seen model-wise in a video game in quite some time. Holy fuck, those eyes are fucking terrifying. What troubles you, Mistress Utata? We were told that some matter regarding the Void Ark was causing you no small measure of grief. What the fuck? Okay, never mind. Mistress Utata, what are you... Ugh. Yeah. I feel so much better now. My apologies, Kate Sith. You had the misfortune to enter my field of view just as I felt the intense desire to squeeze something warm and fuzzy. It's this damnable ectocompass. I made another one, you see, identical in all respects to the first compass that Radlia stole. But look, it points in a completely different direction to where the Void Ark should currently be. I don't understand what I did wrong. I used the same plan, the same parts. I can imagine that would be infuriating. And are you certain there are no flaws in the design or the materials? Positive. I've tweaked and adjusted and replaced every single piece, but it refuses to function as intended. I'm on the verge of tossing this blasted thing over the edge. What do you make of this? Something might have happened to the Void Ark. Maybe it's not your compass. Like, we know it can transport itself over very long distances via opening, like, void gates and shit. Yes, the cause may indeed lie outside the compass itself. We must consider this dilemma from a broader perspective. Might you explain to us the principle by which the ectocompass tracks the Void Ark? It all comes down to Aetheric signature. I've discovered that the Void Ark is encompassed by an energy of rather peculiar composition, so I simply tune the compass to follow its unique trail. An energy of peculiar composition, you say? Of course, the Ark was propelled by siphoned energies of void scent. Could it be that the compass was tracking not the vessel itself, but the aether of the entities imprisoned within? That would certainly explain why the compass now points in a different direction than one would expect. After all, Diabolos and the Shadow Queen are no longer aboard the Ark. Are you implying that if we plotted a course based on the readings to the ectocompass, we would arrive on the demon's doorstep, so to speak? Just so, Mistress Utata. Assuming my theory is correct, we no longer require outside assistance to pursue our elusive quarry. Oh, Stacia. Perfect timing. You won't believe what the wonderful discovery we've just... Talon airships have been spotted en route to our nest. If it's revenge they're looking for, we'd best head back and make ready for them. I know they don't know that we have bigger problems, but come on. truce, Redbill. We need your help to save Captain Radlia. You're one of Radlia's favorites. You threaten my crew, steal our compass, and now you've come crawling to me for help. What kind of unholy mess have you Cretans stumbled into? Aye, we took your damn compass, but it didn't show us to the ghost ship. We ended up at some moldy old ruins, lousy with void scent. Before we knew it, some sort of spider demon was knocking our ships out of the sky. The two of us managed to pull away, but we saw what happened to them as they got caught on the ground. If the captain survived the massacre, she's stuck there with no wings to fly out again. Why don't you give that link pearl a listen, Captain? Might be as we can learn if Radlia is alive or dead at least. Ugh, so much buzzing. Can't hear a blasted... Wait, I'm getting some words. They're after Maki artifact. Damn demons are searching. Hide. And then a bunch of screaming. Seem Radlia is still kicking for now, but who knows for how long. If those screams were an act, then consider me fooled. I don't think the Talons are laying a trap here. I have half a mind to leave Radlia to her fate, but I never turn my back on an adventure. Especially when the center treasure is in the air now, huh? Now, tell me where you found these ruins. You'll help us, then. You're a good man, Redbill. We left the captain in the Yefem Saltmoor, just west of Mordona. In Yefem, you say? Then you must speak of the ruined shell of Mach itself. By Shatoto's black heart, could they be after the Nullstone? What's that, puss? You think you know what those fiends are after? Right. You taught her see that these talons are patched up. Then have the rye mill ready to fly. And don't spare the oil. You know I love to hear her purr. Bring the furball to my quarters, and we'll have ourselves a chat about our impending trip to Old Monk. I'm sure this will only go well. Yeah, I need to go up here. It brings me to a higher area, which is where we need to go. Right, Furball, let's hear about this artifact that Diablos is looking for. If I am to speak of the Nullstone, then I must first explain the method by which Maki sorcerers would bind the Void Scent into service. The more powerful the Void Scent, the more difficult it is to manifest its presence in this world. Their own immense strength weighs them down like an anchor, you see, preventing them from breaking the surface of our dimension. That is why they cooperate with mortal sorcerers. A mage can provide a suitable vessel for the summoning, or rip a large enough hole into the fabric of reality for the entity itself to step through. And let me guess, the mage forces the Void Scent to agree to a pact in return for the invitation into our world. That is correct. But it would be foolhardy to expect such devious and malevolent creatures to abide by the spirit of even the most carefully worded contract. Thus did the Maki Magi construct an occult device that would more securely bind the void sent to their will. A safeguard of sorts, that to the best of my knowledge yet lies entombed within the remnants of the ancient city. The Nullstone was seen as a last resort. Should a voidsent break its pact and turn on its summoner, the mage could use the relic to disperse the very essence of even the most powerful entity, obliterating it entirely. I can't see where Royals of the Void taken too kindly to a threat like that. Seems those sorcerers were just as ruthless as the monsters they summoned. When it came to the glory of Mach, the ends justified the means. In any event, we can be certain that Diabolo seeks to secure the Nullstone before it falls into mortal hands, and thereby ensure that Skothic will reign unopposed. Alright, so we know what the fiends are after, but what I don't understand is why such a valuable relic was left behind when the mages knew a colossal flood was on the way. Its value was the very reason they chose not to risk its relocation. The Nullstone is kept within a structure constructed for the purpose, secured behind powerful wards and protected by deadly guardians. And with the rising of the waters, they reasoned that the artifact would be sunk along with the city, far beyond the reaches of vengeful Voidsent. But now that Yifim is more swamp than sea, the demons only have wards and the guardians to deal with. And I doubt they'll be wasting their time down there in the mud if they didn't have some trick to break through the wards. This has become a race to see who can nab the treasure first. Which is just the sort of contest a sky pirate lives for. So we slip into those ruins, pinch the relic, and then rescue Radlia right from under those fiends' noses. Well, I suppose we could save her while we're poking around for loot. I'll grab the new compass from Utata so we know where we're going. Check your weapons, pack your small clothes, and meet me out by the landing when you're ready to fly. Alright. We'll fly directly to Yifin from here. Once we arrive, you forge ahead with your band of adventurers as you did on the Ark. Just keep slicing into those depths until you reach the Nullstone. We don't want to risk getting knocked out of the sky like the Talon, so we'd best land a little ways out from the ruins and head on foot. The Furball says he knows the place well enough to guide you, so me and the Red Bills will follow behind on rescue duty. You concentrate and smash in a path through to the artifact, and we'll check the nooks and crannies for Rodley and her crew. Don't let your guard down once you reach the ruins, though, eh? There's likely golems and such in there, what are worse than the fiends outside, and we wouldn't want our hero losing her head, now would we? The Weeping City of Mach. And while we do that, I should at least finish this cutscene, because we did get like 50% of the way through it. Then we'll start one of those quest lines, probably Tales of the Dragon Song. Let's see, where did we leave off on this cutscene? Right after she blew him up? I mean, so far I am thoroughly amused by the fact, like, I was not expecting when I first viewed this part for her to pull out literal bombs and throw them at this guy. Also that fucking face. Oh god. Do they add more of these every expansion? This side quest line is expansion spanning? What the fuck? That is hilarious. Okay, I'm game. The people must really fucking adore this fucking quest chain. Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Ah, he remembers me. Inspector Hildebrand remembers me. Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Oh my god, we're getting an echo scene? Holy fuck. I haven't got one of these in a while. Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon, and... What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? Holy shit, that's fucking great. I love how chill these fucking zombies are. They're like, yep, you're just one of us. What the fuck? Why the fuck are zombies so fucking chill? Gentlemen zombies. Okay. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I always knew you'd go back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine lady be? Could she be perhaps one of my many admire? Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears? This dizziness? Could it be a case? I don't think I misread the map. I just watched this cutscene. You wanna... What the fuck? Literally just watched this. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's because I can't fucking accept the quest reward. Where's my Phoenix down? Goodbye, Phoenix down. I did not realize that that would prevent me from finishing the quest. I'll be back for you. I will probably do this entire, do your quest line all in one sitting, but I've got checklists to do, so now that I actually have an idea on what to do on my, while I'm waiting for queues, let's go to Korthus, let's go to Ishgard. I always forget I have the fucking things. I've never played multiplayer. Well, no. I've played two-player Palace of the Dead before, but I've never actually used it. I just always forget that I have it in my inventory. Alright, Weeping City of Mach. Number 2 of what I assume is 3, like Crystal Tower. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to the first one, but I don't like spiders, so I guess we'll deal with the spiders as they come up. I don't know how to deal with reality warping fucking orbs. No, in fact, I think that makes it worse. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, I guess we're going this way. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Alright, this is fine. We hit Fire 1, we get a Fire 3 proc, we shift Q. Nope. Well, I didn't die. Really wasn't sure what I was doing there, but you know, not dying is a plus. Oh, fuck. I missed it. Simple. That wasn't too bad. Oh, she's still alive. Never mind. I'm in A. Okay. Aiming and fending. No thanks. I'm good. Honestly, is there even a point? Alright. Yeah, that's something. Shit. So we've got to have one standing in every pillar, it looks like. Frog. Ow. Okay. didn't have enough mana for, shit, I'm taking that. Into the group? People are dropping like fucking flies. Never mind, we're good. Well, I didn't die, so, you know, I call that a win. Even if, like, a bunch of people died a lot. Okay. I was wondering when there was going to be a split up. I was surprised there wasn't one in the first. Alright. Whoa, okay, where the fuck? The Gloriole. Wow, that's, I totally got hit by that. What the fuck? This is such a cool fight. Orb. Whew. Alright, haven't died yet. Let's not start now. Sorry, yep. Okay. I'm going to follow the lead of everybody else. Oh, I died. Well, you know, I lasted pretty long. I'll take that. Ex Machina. Orb. Well, 2 out of 3. Making good progress. Greed. Pass. God, why does Kate Sith walk like that? What the fuck? So this is the heart of the ruins, eh? You've done a fine job dismantling the defenses. I only wish we could have had the same success, but Rodley and our talons were nowhere to be found. Yes, it is quite disturbing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Nullstone is ours. You've left me such an inviting trail of destruction to follow. I see you found the relic, then. Wonderful. Lord Diabolos will be so pleased. And look here, I've brought you a gift as thanks for all your hard work. This is the lovely lass you've been oh so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see her rent limb from limb, then you will hand over the Nullstone. Couldn't we just, use the Nullstone to, completely dismantle him? Absolutely fucking annihilate that guy? You think I care about her worthless limbs? That woman's done naught but to cause us grief, and I just thought to crow over her grave. Don't give me that look, Rodlia. What, you thought I was here to save your sorry-eyed? You've never been aught but an obstacle to me. Do you remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all of them elegant relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. Damn you, you selfish bastard, and damn me for expecting you to act any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow a bloody hole in your belly. Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? Not much of a threat when I've seen you miss the side of a cathedral at 10 yawns. Silence, you grinning fool. You've ruined my moment, and now I'll ruin your smirking face. Now, puss. Ah, it burns. This world is not your stage, unholy Harlequin. Begone from our realm. We literally held all of the cards. Like, what was he expecting to happen? It's a clever farce, mortals, but the show is not over. Not until you scream. The bugger got away, and I'd think we'd best do the same. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it? Probably a little too much for Radlia, but we gave her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. Quite a successful jaunt, all told. You and me, we make a pretty good partnership. But I've got words for you, Furball. You said that relic would obliterate a Void Scent completely. Seems to me that foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away. Oh, that? That was scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I have learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught in a bonfire. So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle? You might as well be wielding a blunted sword. Might I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foe sufficiently to free the Lady Pirate, a result we could not have achieved with your blustering words alone? I was ready to flee without Radley if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right. You had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end. We might be waiting a while before Radley finally decides to wake up. But not so long that you've got time to flit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters and we can ask her a few questions as soon as she's ready to talk. Oh there. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait in Rodlia. Besides, after fighting through them ruins, I'll wager you could use the rest. Where is the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Tell me, Radlia, what drove you to risk exploring old Mach? The compass sent you there, aye, but you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? I found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark and a powerful relic called the Nullstone. A tome described by a Maki sorcerer, mayhap. Captain, would you happen to know the author of this work? The words are muddled by obscuring magics, and 1,500 years have faded its pages. There's much that remains illegible, but what little of my darling cutthroats and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status. See for yourself. If what the book says is true, the Ark is the source of immeasurable power. With that ship under my command and the mysteries of Mach in my possession, I had thought to crown myself the Queen of the Skies. And look how well it turned out. What manner of sky pirate, what manner of queen can't even keep her own crew alive? Rodlia, was it not? Would I be correct in assuming that you seek revenge against the Voidsent who slaughtered your comrades? Of course I want revenge. That hell-spawn shite gobbler killed my crew. If he were here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare bloody hands. You are not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations, Captain. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace for the skies? Will you not join the Talon's strength to ours? What strength? The way things are now, I doubt I could keep the peace in a monastery. This is not to do with personal grudges either. I just don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins, and the drags that are left are scarce sharp enough to be called talons. Did you leave your spine back in them ruins? You had your wings clipped. You had your wings clipped, and make no mistake, but that's no reason to give up the life. I thought we'd rescued a sky pirate, not some curhood that turns tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Red Bill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book, just make sure to make that bastard pay. Hey, Furball. How quickly do you think we can decipher that ratty old tome? I need you to figure out exactly how your relic works. Nah, you've sent one fiend squealing in fear, but that ain't enough. From what you've told me, we need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're gonna take on the Shadow Queen. The rest of you put everything you've got into what you do best, be that research or blade work. Overdoing it is just doing it just right, if you get my meaning. I'll decorate my walls with Voidsent heads if I have to. The sky should belong to no one. Another orb. The Nullstone hath fallen into mortal hands. 1,000 apologies, Lord Diablos. I shall personally wring each and every one of their scrawny necks. The time for skulking in the shadows hath ended. I am grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxeth full. Soon mine ardent desire shall pass from dream into dark reality. Yeah, not if I have anything to say about it. XIV just sent me out to find you. You've a proper knack for showing up at just the right time, you know that? Anyway, XIV cracked open that tome what we got from Radlia and has been studying all the Nullstone's secrets. He thinks he may be onto something important, not just concerning Diabolos and the Shadow Queen, but also the cat himself. Come on back to the Perrick and we can hear what he has to say together. As I suspected, this tome was penned by a Maki sorcerer of superior standing, as well as detailing the methods by which the full power of the Nullstone might be unleashed. Its pages also contain a number of revelations concerning my master, High Void Maid Cessair. If these histories are to be trusted, then it seems that Cessair herself was responsible for summoning Diabolos. But I thought you said your master was opposed to supporting the war effort. Why would she be the one to call up that bat-winged monster? Cessair only agreed to the ritual as a means to bring the conflict to an early resolution. From what I can glean from these passages, Diabolos was intended as a bluff, a threat that was never to be exercised. But those arrogant imbeciles ignored my master's carefully laid restrictions and elected to unleash the fiend upon Ampedor. It was that when Cessair moved to protest this that she was branded a traitor and imprisoned. Once they had contained the opposition, the Void Mages studied all manner of otherworldly arts at the taloned feet of their new pet. The most dangerous of which was the rite for summoning Skathek, and the method for chaining her power. Yet even after all they had perpetrated, these ambitious fools had the gall to come crawling to Cessair when the coming of the Great Floods was predicted. They begged her to take control of the Void Ark for the salvation of the Maki people. As you saw for yourself, however, the energies of the Shadow Queen broke loose and turned the vessel into the derelict nest of Voidsent. It seems obvious now that the art taught by Diabolos were deliberately flawed. The only saving grace in all this madness was that when the damnable fiend was sealed away by the White Mages of Ampedor, I shudder to think what would have happened had he been reunited with his queen. So now, 1,500 years later, Diabolos is looking to finish what he started. I thought the bat-faced bastard was just some opportunistic underling, but it turns out he's the main villain behind this whole mess. Were Cesare alive today, she would accept responsibility for unleashing Diablos upon this world. As the High Void Mage's familiar, it is my duty to act in her stead. I have deciphered the secrets of the Nullstone, and with its undiluted power shall I erase Diabolos from existence. I like your spirit, Puss, but try not to rush in too quickly, eh? Getting yourself killed won't do us, or your master, any good. Wait. No one's rushing in anywhere just yet. Or have you forgotten that we're still in the middle of scouting out the Fiend's lair? We've got the compass to go by eye, but who knows what kind of place it'll lead us, or to how many demons will be lying in wait when we get there. We'll fly in with our eyes open or risk getting slaughtered just like the Talons. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the tome made mention of a potential location for... I don't think you have to worry about, I think they came to... What the fuck was that turn animation, Kate said? Holy fuck. Leofard. Yes. Behind. He's behind you. Yeah. Curse you, fiend. At last. At long last. Yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fucking cat. Yeah is the only way I can fucking say that. This is far from over, demon. We'll not allow an abomination like the Shadow Queen to rule this world. Then thou knowest not of ruling. It is might which decideth dominion. But believe what thou mayest, frail creature. You are playthings. Your screams of denial shall amuse me as I send this rock and all upon it to shatter upon the ground below. What happened to not having enough men to do anything? Gods, is that Radlia? Where's she been hiding that ship? It's fucking huge! Holy fuck! How the hell do you hide something like that? I would not tire my arm with the swatting of so many flies. The Nullstone is mine, and there is yet much to be done. Well, well, ain't I a lucky sod? 2 demons in one day. Found some new dogs to lick your boots, Rodlia. Is that any way of what to welcome me back to the life? You needed allies, and persuading our reluctant fellows to join in common purpose is a feat only a woman of my charming beauty could accomplish. And besides, you look too injured to be of much use to anyone. You'd best take it to your bed, old man, and let me and your champion there take care of the void scent. What, so you can tuck tail and run again at the first sign of trouble? You'd not be standing there if it weren't for me, and even with me arm busted up, I'm still twice the pirate you are. Nay, I think you should stay behind this time, Leofard. We must pursue Diabolos without you. Time is of the essence, and we cannot afford to wait for you to heal. We must take advantage of Captain Redley as reinforcement and proceed with all haste. Did the demon drop you on your head, Furball? Without me, there's to run thing. You'll just end up getting in her way. And no one's making haste anywhere until we know what we're flying into. Again, Captain Radley may hold the answer to that dilemma. I suspect the island where she uncovered the Marquis Tome is the very location where Diablos has chosen to lair. This floating marvel I speak of is not a natural occurrence. It is constructed as a haven for refugees of the floods. The tome makes very clear reference to the island's purpose and describes in detail the void sorcery employed in its creation. As the Void Ark never arrived at its destination, however, the island remained uninhabited. I can imagine no more suitable hideaway for our scheming fiend. Even better, Diabolos will not expect us to suddenly arrive on his scheduled doorstep, or a secluded doorstep. The Talon fleet will carve us a path through the lesser fiends, and we shall strike swiftly into the heart of the confusion to seize the Nullstone. Once the relic is secured, I will use its power to obliterate our devilish foe. As a sky pirate, surely you understand how such an assault relies on speed and surprise. We cannot have a wounded companion slow us down, and potentially doom the entire enterprise. So you think you're in charge now, do you, puss? Poor broken Leofard's just some dead weight you need to cut away? You know what? I've had a belly full of mulin in any case. Go on, fly off without me, and see how far you get without your thrice-damned enterprise. Captain Radlia, compare the direction indicated by the ectocompass with your navigational records, if you please. I think we'll find the coordinates coincide with the island in question. Certainly, and feel free to board our flagship when you're set to depart. My darling's large enough to accommodate your adventurer and her fellows with room to spare. Done scathe. Well, Chapter 3. Let's fucking do this. And we wait 11 minutes. We go to... God, it's been long enough that I fucking forgot my, Which one is it? I've forgotten my fucking keybinds for teleportation. That's because I don't have one. It's teleport. We need to go to here. Fort Tom Manor. The paths we walk. 'Twas bitterly cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you before the Ark of the Worthy. To think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day. Forgive me, of late I have been studying the works of a Beldian poet king, who wrote, "To ye who ask of things to come, give thought to what is past and gone." So rarely have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made, on how they've shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward, whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say this to you, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white beyond stood a great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of 3 travelers. I'll walk. Never mind, we'll teleport. I'm not confident enough in the layout of Ishgard to fucking walk over there. I'd be more confident if I didn't have to take like a 2-week break of playing this game. A warm welcome to you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Retracing your steps from the first stage of Ishgard. I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I am reminded how much I owe to you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants were subject to frankly unreasonable levels of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now goods from every corner of Eorzea flow into our markets. And that, my friend, is change we can all appreciate. Merchants of all nations speak a common tongue, and its words a coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of a count. Thus, when the wards of House Fortom arrived, she was glad to make their acquaintance. Yeah, this is a cute little quest. Retracing our steps through our journey in Ishgard. It's up. We're going up. Oh, I forgot. My staff isn't its newest version. Haha, staff is more glowy. I haven't had the time to grind out the light step yet. So my staff isn't as glowy, but we'll get there. What'll it be then? Ale? Mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea? Oh ho, so it's to be memories then, is it? No, if there's a bitter drought, that'll leave you wanting. Assuming you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend Tataru. One moment, she's just another girl waiting on customers, clearing tables and so forth. The next, she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night. And I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. Singing those stupid songs, dancing those daft dances. Though, to be honest, I think it was her stories that really won him over. Stories of a certain hero's grand adventures across the Eorzea, told with a flair that had put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, we've even got one about the man who built this tavern. Was one of the founding fathers of Ishgard, or so it goes. Now, as the Acridian Achyridian told it, besides Haldreth, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the founders of the High Houses. Of course, these days, we all know better than to put too much stock in these words of the church, eh? But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword, too, one which has been passed down from proprietor to proprietor since before anyone can remember. She's a rusty old bugger, but if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make out an inscription. Brothers, brave and true, live well, forgotten, and content. A man who forsook wealth and fame and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say? Friend, who can say? He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist, he wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith could be rewarded, sometimes betrayed. But he would listen regardless, and he would hope. God, making me remember fucking the boy. Hushafon. I might not remember a lot of names of this game, but goddamn, I'll never forget his. Probably. I can't guarantee that, obviously, but, what do you have? I don't know what story you're telling. The Firmament. Savior of Ishgard. What'd you say? Reconstruction project. I'm ready and willing, I guess. I don't know what this is about, but sure, I'll pick this up. To think that the fabled hero such as yourself would help to rebuild our city. We are grateful beyond words. There is just one trifling matter. Do you perchance possess a work permit? It is a requirement for Ishgardians. You see... Is that so? As I recall, you're a ward of House Fortom, in which case perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision. Well, I do. I believe the permit can be overlooked in her case. Lord Overseer, that you should grace us again. Greetings, my friend. It has been quite a while. Indeed, I shouldn't be surprised if you have forgotten me. I'm gonna be honest. I've forgotten. My Warrior of Light would not have. Honored that I am that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since we first met, not least of all the war's end in Ishgard's transformation. It feels like an age ago that you and Lord Hoshafont saved me from a heretic's fate. You had proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect you would go on to save our entire nation. You are a hero to us all. Something, fuck, I skipped it too fast. Thus did I resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation. Such souls as you and Lord Hoshafont. And so, when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as the representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means unanimous, but the Fury saw it fit to see me elected to the office. Honored am I for this opportunity to serve the nation and redeem House Halion. Oh, you're the guy in A Realm Reborn that was deemed the heretic falsely. Okay, I remember you now. God, it's been like a long fucking time. At least like 5 months, probably. but I have many more things to think about. Owing to the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished our goal of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration, on account of which I have been performing such odd tasks as I could. Which brings me here today, as a matter of fact. I'm about to go and survey the citizens in order to learn what they envision for the firmament. If you can spare a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well-traveled as you are, your opinion would be of great interest to me, and I believe folk would be more willing to share their thoughts with you. You have my gratitude. Without further ado, then let us make ourselves to the jeweled Crozier. We are bound to find a diverse assortment of the people there. Alright, well, enough with that distraction. The paths we walk. We're going to the Sea of Clouds. That makes sense. That's where I figured we'd be going next. Wow, this queue has taken us like twice as long as the other two queues. The other two queues didn't take like any time. This one is taking particularly long. Granted, I guess we are moving further into the evening, where player times are, we're not at peak times. Nobody likes Dunscape? Well, that's concerning. I must admit, that does concern me a little, although I'm sure we'll be fine. Not everything can be godlike content. I was but this moment thinking of you. I had hoped to speak with you at Sir Americ's investiture, but circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Mayhap you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. People still abandon at the start of Dunscape? It's that hated? Holy fuck. How? It can't be that bad, right? Right? On behalf of House Halienta and all of Ishgard, I offer unto you my deepest and humble thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy and freed us from a millennium of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will ever remember you and your deeds, that our children and their children's children might know the woman who they owe their lives. Trauma is trauma. Oh, God. I see. Well, fuck. I concede that the grand investiture would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I could not risk them being left unspoken. What brings you this way? As you can see, Camp Cloudtop remains much the same as it did during the war, though we need no longer watch the skies for Dravanian outflyers. The Vanu Vanu have proven themselves similarly worthy of our attention. What, that, oh, God, oh, no, oh, Lord, you are really, getting me to dread this queue, and it's popping, and it's at any time now pop. I say, old girl, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you. But enough about that. On Aurora, oh, yes, my lord. Lady Leniat, I am pleased to report that we have succeeded in infiltrating Vundu territory, and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume of crystals acquired during our period of surveillance, I have prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Vundu to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I have also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining of how the Rose Knights might prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding these sites and securing their stores, as well as a detailed assessment of the risks involved should you choose to proceed. Ahead. By the Fury, I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware that you were capable of this. With respect, you are wasted on your master. Hard-working, full of potential. I think there is a place for you here with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. That you would even consider taking me under your services is a tremendous honor, my lady, and if I were free to do so, I should gladly accept. But I am pledged to another, as you well know. Regrettable, but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talent and character will never want for opportunities. Pledged to another, you rascal! I thought I saw you whispering young Sullet's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. There'll be no secrets between us. You must tell me everything. Where you've been sneaking off to together, what adventures you've been having, every little detail. And don't you dare leave anything out. I'm sure he will not. In any event, you have jointly exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again. Thank you, my lady. I believe we shall do as you suggest, until we meet again. Not so fast! The next airship isn't due for another hour, and we have so much to talk about. Au revoir? Au revoir? For all the ladies' disdain, it was an old familiar dance. To her, Lord Amenelaine would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that. A memory of home on the bleak frontier. Falcon's Nest. Well, this queue is certainly giving me time to complete this entire quest. Honestly, if this queue takes much longer, I might have to get off early. I don't know how far along this dungeon, this fucking raid is gonna take us. A thousand pardons. Had I known you were planning on paying a visit, I would have seen that you received a proper reception. A feast, perhaps, or at least a formal welcome with the men in full dress. You have more than earned it. One need only look at the pilgrims who come in their droves to pray before the relief to see the truth of that. Some abide in silence while others shed tears. Not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy. Joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment. Sir Redwall, the shipment has been unloaded and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Are you here on official business? A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, much has changed since we first came here together, since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone. Come, my lord. Mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day? Well, his wife but recently gave birth to their first child. Is that so? Well, well, mayhap I should pay him a visit. Though he would doubtless be honored, my lord, you need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities as Count surely leave little enough time as it is. Think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. This preoccupation with position and power has sown no end of discord between our two houses, to the great detriment of our nation. 'Tis especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved was by virtue of our blood and not our character. So call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day, when I have earned it, I will. But not today. Still himself, is he? As an honorable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the assistance of a foreigner in exile. But when forced to confront bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned, then, if it led one astray. He would set aside his prejudices and join hands with this gifted outcast for the greater good of Ishgard. Still going. We've lost a DPS and gained a tank. Oh, but really though, if this queue doesn't pop by 11 p.m., I'm gonna have to get off early. I'm willing to go to 11:30 if this queue pops, because I know these fucking alliance raids can take a while, especially since we could theoretically wipe. But if the queue takes that long, I'm gonna have to call it. I do have work in the morning. Two foreign heretics against two knights of the Heavensward. Under the watchful gaze of the Fury they would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true. It was the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time. You are the Warrior of Light, if I'm not mistaken. We have met, though I am sure you do not remember. 'Twas a seeming lifetime ago when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect upon all that has come to pass, and when I saw you gazing at the Holy Vault, I thought perhaps you had too. You turned our world upside down. Everything we held dear for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done, that his grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Fury's will that you prevailed. But to say it, to believe it, I know that no man is without sin, but he was pious and humble, wholly devoted to the church and its people. I knew him, miss, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I will remember him as a good man. To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station yet remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. We're going to Limsa? Did we do something in Limsa? Maybe? I honestly don't remember. It's been too long. Well, I mean, we'll find out, I guess. And now we've lost a further tank. And we're back down to just being little old me queuing for apparently whatever the fuck this is. Is there like an NPC here that I'm missing? Oh, there he is. Just took a sweet ass fucking time to load in. A journey of remembrance, you say? Well, far be it from me to deny you. Unannounced or not, I suspect the Admiral would be most displeased if she heard that I had turned you away. Thank the Navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastman's latest movements. Come, tell me of your adventures. The Ashgardians sail in uncharted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance, 'twould not be the first grand voyage. Finally. Fuck, skip the cutscene. Fuck it. No, I'm not fucking waiting another possibly 20 fucking minutes. No, we're getting this queue. I will skip the cutscene. I will watch it later. Come on, DPS. Thank you. Now we just need nobody to fucking abandon at the moment it starts. Okay. I forgot I changed my thing so the portrait breaks, even though all I changed was the weapon slightly. Done scathe. Provided that nobody fucking leaves and we can actually complete this. Okay, we didn't have any abandoned, so that's good. I am dead. Already. That is a terrible sign. I don't even know what killed me. I assume it was the sucking effect, but I thought I was out of it, but oh, I guess we're going to the edge of the map. Oh. I guess I'm waiting again. Oh, I see, I see. I died to the damage. I did not get it. That was just not getting healed. Like, not healers not having time to heal me. That's entirely fair. I mean, it's fine. This thing is gonna... Oh my god, how many... Fucking B-team, Jesus. We're all dead. Yeah, I can see why people don't like oh. I think we just, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see why people don't like playing this. Cause god, that was a lot of shit that literally murdered everybody in like the first fucking 5 minutes. Ooh, casting. Don't care about healing. That was lucky? Well, my hope is that's the worst of it. Or at least, you know, that luck will continue. I see. Well, I can only hope things go well. Or maybe not. Nope, that's a flying scythe that keeps hitting me. I didn't even notice the animation until I was losing health. Plummets. Oh, I see what I had to do. I mean, I lived through it, so I'm fine, but I now understand what I have to do. Ooh, spooky. God, this is just chaos. Nice. Whew. Proto-Ultima? Hi, buddy. It's been a while. We're even getting the Ultima track? Whew. That was actually kind of sick. Remixing fucking Ultima of all things. That's pretty cool. Hype? Yeah, that's certainly what it reminds me of. Oh, fuck. Go, 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 go. Yes. Oh, this is Gothic? I kind of expected. Oh, ow. Ho, 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 ho. I'm just gonna get hit by everything. Oh. Yeah. I forgot how fucky. I forgot, like, I'm the frailest class in the game. Or something. It certainly feels like that. Alright, we're alive. Might not be for long if I don't follow my allies pretty closely here. Yep, we're going this way. Probably only one person needs to step in each of those, but I don't wanna, I wanna be sure. Okay. That could have gone worse. We're just gonna keep doing this, huh? That worked. Joy. Okay. Holy fuck. I honestly expected a wipe there. What's done is done. Honestly, the last part seemed like the easiest section of the dungeon. Or the raid, whatever you want to fucking call it. Pass, need, pass, pass, greed, 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 and greed. Got a bunch of new level 60 caster gear, which is nice. Do not relax your guard yet. The air is still heavy with his foul presence. Already taken care of the fiend, have you? And you didn't even need that dusty old relic to do it. Don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. It's a trap. Be careful, Captain. Diabolos yet lurks in the shadows. Finally, I have claimed the Shadow Queen's power for mine own, yet I am still harried by you noisome weevils. I must needs quit this realm for a time, and when I have grown accustomed to my newfound might, there shall be a reckoning for your insolence. This ain't the time for napping, Furball. You've still got a job to do. My work here is unfinished. In Cessair's name I unmake thee, Diabolos. My master's will be done. For 15 centuries have I yearned for this power. Thou canst not unmake me. And goodbye. He unmade you. Get fucked. Bye. Fucking fuck around and find out, really. I should have known that we were wasting our breath. The captain only heeds the siren in his heart, and damn the consequences. I told you you'd be lost without me, didn't I? And look at you, puss. Getting knocked out cold in your moment of glory. You weren't like to get another chance to honor your master's memory, and you almost missed it. But I suppose you pulled through at the last. I'll give you that much. Spare me your concern and your lectures. You all knew I wasn't like to stay in bed with such a grand adventure in the making. And I'd rather break every bone in me body than be stripped of the freedom to go where I please. Besides, all wells that ends well, eh? Diabolos is dead and we're all alive. That counts as a victory in my book. It's just a pity it cost me the rye meal in the doing of it. Hope she rests easy on that island refuge. And I think that's... I know there might be one or two... There's definitely one more quest. But that's where I have to call it for the night. I can't afford to stay up much later with work tomorrow. But we got through all three of the primary things, which means next session is just going to be general questing cleanup, and then we'll start probably Stormblood officially either next session or the session after. Regardless. Thanks everybody so much for watching if you still are. I'll be back tomorrow with Final Fantasy XVI as long as nothing else goes wrong at work. I'm not holding my breath, but you know, we managed to get on tonight regardless of whether or not it was a bit shorter than I normally go. I am too tired to do all of my spiel. So, I hope everybody enjoyed and have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow. Fingers crossed.